Welcome to another episode of WTF Cinema.
Thank you for coming back to WTF Cinema's review of The Fifth Element. Let's dive right back into it. And now we see that our hero is a cab driver who has 5 points left on his license. Now normally I wouldn't pick on such a tiny little plot detail, but trust me, 5 points. We're coming back to this. So our aliens from before come back to try and deliver the stones and the fifth element to us. And they are attacked. Our aliens are in this gigantic spaceship and they're attacked by 2 itty bitty little spaceships. And destroyed. Did the good aliens not have weapons technology at all? I mean, I get believing in the sanctity of all life, but you're on a mission to save the universe from a great evil. So you know that evil's gonna try and hurt you, so wouldn't you have defensive capabilities even? Shields, anything to protect you from 2 itty-bitty little ships blowing up your gigantically massive spaceship. No planning, no forethought. Well, I know we're the only thing that stands between this great evil and all life everywhere, but surely nobody's gonna mess with us, right? Luckily, our scientists are sent to investigate the site of the wreck and discover that a tiny fragment of the fifth element has in fact survived. Wait a second. Does that container have boobs? These are some lonely, pathetic scientists. A point which I feel is proved by the next sequence. Now, they do some technical mumbo-jumbo about recombining DNA fragments and rebuilding from blah 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 blah. Honestly, I think they've got this machine that turns things into naked chicks. I mean, I can just see the wild parties they have. They, like, get a house plant, and they're like, let's turn this into a naked chick. And then somebody's like, hey, I lost my keys. Oh, we turned them into a naked chick. I mean, these could be some wild parties. They've got a naked chick machine. I kind of like one of those. Here's a nice quick way for us to give Mia Jovovich some clothes. By the way, I've always had trouble with her name. Is it Mia? Is it Mila? I like Mila because it's easier to say, but I think it's Mia. Anyway, they apply these thermal bandages to Mia Jovovich. And apparently, panties. The machine comes equipped with the ability to put panties on people. This is why I'm telling you, it's not a DNA recombobulator thingy-majig. It's a naked chick maker. Now, I would like to point out at this point that throughout the history of philosophy, there have been fifth elements before. Now, the original Babylonians are the ones that we get the 4 elements for, you know.
Let our powers combine!
The Greeks postulated that there was a fifth called Aether, which was later adapted into space by several cultures. Now, the Japanese claim that the 5th one is metal. To date, Hollywood is the only one who has claimed that the 5th element is in fact Mia Jovovich.
Your powers combine. I am Captain Planet! Go Planet!
Kinda like Hollywood's take on it, though. I would be perfectly okay if scientists tomorrow discovered that the 5th element was in fact Mia Jovovich. Mia Jovovich. Although it'd be helpful if her name was a little easier to pronounce, since I'm going to be saying it about 500 more times in this review.
If you want out, you're going to have to learn to develop those communication skills.
Oh, that's right, General. Taunt the ultimate warrior. I'm sure that's gonna end well for you.
General alert.
So Mia escapes. You know what? I'm just gonna call her Bob. From now on, I'm just calling her Bob. Deal with it. Bob escapes, and the police are hot on her trail. They catch up to her on a rooftop where they use a machine to scan her identity, only to find she doesn't have one. Once again, minor plot point. We'll be coming back to that later, trust me. So Bob jumps off the building. And falls right through the roof of Bruce Willis's cab, costing him 4 points off his license. Because you see, if you're in an accident and it's in no way conceivably your fault because something fell on top of you, that costs you 4 points. It's an interesting system they've got. The two of them have a brief discussion. And because it's Hollywood, we know that Bruce Willis falls in love with Bob at this point. It must be this nice romantic conversation they have about the word boom.
Dindo, Ijela boom.
Boom, yeah. I understand boom.
Bada boom.
Big.
Big.
Yeah, big bada boom.
Big. Bada big boom. Big.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, big bada boom.
Bada boom.
Big boom, big bada boom.
Now, at the last second, when the police are about to take her into custody out of his cab, Bruce decides to save Bob and takes off, damaging the police vehicle and costing him 1 point on his license. Somebody crashes through your roof and it's not your fault, that's 4 points. But interfering with the police investigation and causing damage to police property, 1 point. The hell's up with this system? Now here we get a really fun police chase. With a cameo, by the way, of Captain Hollister from Red Dwarf, for those of you who want to go back and watch it again. But here's the one scene that really drives me up the wall. Watch this. Okay, we're gonna ignore for a second the excessive force element of just gunning the f*** out of this taxi cab. But how do none of these bullets hurt the 2 occupants inside? I mean, look at this thing. It's riddled with cheese, and we actually see the bullets impact things inside the cab. But somehow, hundreds of bullets completely miss 2 targets made of meat in the cab. Really? And by the way, all of these bullets, a lot of which must have hit the engine, do not interfere in the running of the car at all, other than it gives a little dramatic smoke. Because he's able to get home safe and sound. So now, Bob talks Bruce into taking her to the priest we saw earlier. How she's able to communicate this and how she knows the priest's name is all a good topic for conjuncture, but we're not going to go into it at this point. Bruce takes Bob to the priest, who takes her in and promptly kicks him out. So Bruce goes home, alone, but in love. And now we cut to our primary villain. Now I know we've got the giant evil planet, but it's very hard for an evil planet to play a very active role in a film. You need him to have a human henchman. And that's our primary antagonist in this film, played by Gary Oldman. Seriously? Seriously, that's the threatening villain that you're going with? Really? No, I'm sorry. I can't... Really? No. I can't... No. I can't take that serious. I'm sorry. I just... Look at him! He's got the plastic thing in the soul pack. No! No, can we do something to make him look like a more believable villain? And that joke cost our entire special effects budget. Yeah, that's the... Oh, no, wait, we got a little bit left. Now we're out. So apparently Gary Oldman cut a deal with the bad aliens to gun down the ship and bring him the stones. Gary Oldman, seriously. Do you have no respect for yourself? I mean, I've seen you in some pretty bad roles, but do you just not have a mirror? Did you see what they dressed you up like? Come on, man.
This guy is unfucking believable.
That's all the time we've got for today, but come back next week and we'll do some more.
Thank you for watching WTF Cinema. Until next time, what the f***, man?